Hi everyone, thanks for checking out my video. Today we're gonna be doing this coloring book, this Thomas Kincade Disney Dreams collection book. And I will be using some Arrtx paint markers. I like using these paint markers in this book because you can color light over dark, and also the paint markers are slightly opaque, so they cover up some of those black lines. And it feels more like painting than coloring. So I have done a page in this book before using these markers. It was the Beauty and the Beast page. And that went well, and I decided that I wanted to do another page. After having done this page, I wish I would have picked another one because some of the animals just got so small that it was hard using the markers and getting any kind of detail clarity at all. So in the finished product, you will see the animals are just not detailed, and it would have worked better had I stopped and used some colored pencils probably. But I still enjoyed the overall process, and I think it worked out well. So, while I was coloring, I was thinking about high school and high school memories, and I was thinking about how one of my very best friends' family, anytime they had someone over for dinner, they would always make them answer the same question, and that question was, what is your most embarrassing moment? So I thought we could talk about embarrassing moments today. Everyone has them. Some people have more than others. I have a lot. So I thought I would share one of my embarrassing moments. So to do that, we have to travel back to 7th grade and the 7th grade field trip, which middle school, 7th grade, it's already an embarrassing time just because. So we go on this field trip, and it's like 3-hour bus ride, I think. So by the time we got there, I really had to go to the bathroom. And they parked the bus, they told everyone where the bathrooms were, and then they let us off. So I just raced to the bathroom because I really had to go, and I wanted to be the first one there. And I was the first one there, so I went in the bathroom and started going, and then a boy walked in from my class, and I was like, "Get out of the bathroom." He's like, "Well, this is the boys' bathroom." And so immediate embarrassment, but I'm like, well, I'm using the bathroom, so please get out. So he does, then I finish, and I'm standing there by the door trying to listen. And all of the 7th grade boys are on the other side of the door, and they're saying, "There's a girl in there." And they're like, "Who's the girl?" And the boy says, "Oh, I don't know. I didn't see who it was." So I'm standing there, I'm like, great, I have to exit this door, show them all that it was me, and it's gonna be horrifying. But I did it, and I ran out of there looking down, not listening, and I ran back to my friends. I'm like, okay, that's over. But then, one of my friends who was not standing with us comes running up to our group, and she says, "You guys, there was a girl in the boys' bathroom." And they were like, "Really?" So I'm like, "Wow, who was it?" And she says, "They don't know, they didn't get a good enough look." And so I'm like, oh, relief. And I don't think I ever told them that the girl in the boys' bathroom in 7th grade was me. So if you guys are watching, that was me. And it was embarrassing. And I didn't tell you because I was embarrassed. So That only took 20 something years, but now I will admit that was me. So I am glad to be done with that period of life. There was some good times though, but there were some embarrassing times. So I'm working on the giraffe here. He was not as difficult as like Scar and the hyenas to paint, but he got small in some places, and it was a little bit hard to keep him from blending into the background just because they're in some areas they were kind of the same tone. But overall, I definitely enjoy coloring with these markers. Sometimes I find it easiest to quickly put some of the paint down and then try to blend it together with my finger, which it works best if you make sure both colors you want to blend are still wet and then just work quickly. The giraffe was difficult to color match as well, just because I know the colors of my markers aren't really the same colors that were on the reference page. So I just kind of used all the oranges I had and tried to mush them together. I really enjoyed watching The Lion King as a child, although I do remember feeling traumatized to watch Mufasa die like that in the beginning of the movie. But I think that everyone felt that way. But I loved The Lion King as a kid. I watched it over and over. And we have a cat now, and we have named him Simba. So it is quite fun to do Lion King quotes to the cat sometimes. Like I once told the cat, I said, "Simba, run away and never return." And my son was like, "Why would you say that to him?" And my other son said, "She's just doing Lion King quotes again." So that's fun. I enjoyed painting the sky here. The clouds went really nicely, but I love painting clouds, so I'm not surprised that I liked that part. And then I liked the sun ray and blending the sun ray into the clouds. Just feel like it worked well. And there I used my finger a little bit to blend those colors together, like I was talking about before. I just think the Arrtx paint markers are really good for coloring because of the brush nib and the fact that you don't have to prime your markers and because of the type of nib, it doesn't tear up the paper as much as like a Posca pen does. So these just are really good for coloring. And then here where I was coloring, I think is Simba or Mufasa. No, it's Simba because there's Timon and Pumbaa behind him. So coloring Simba wasn't as bad as the smaller animals. Like Scar and the hyenas and Timon and Pumbaa, they were just hard. I got no detail for them, but Simba wasn't as small, so I could get some of the highlights and shadows that I wanted. His face got a little small, but... And then, you can't tell in the video, but I meant to grab a gray for a shadow, like on his face and his stomach, and I grabbed the silver, so he's all shimmery right there. But that's okay. And then the monkey and Simba's baby lion and the bird, they were super hard to get color on. Just because they're so small. And the leaves were easy to paint here. Other reason that I just love these markers is you can just go right over what you already did to make the leaves, so it ends up looking better that way. Even this background, there was just so many little areas, the treetops and the water. It was a lot of little areas. Oh, and right here, my nib was getting a little soft and felt like maybe it was bent or damaged a little bit. So I pulled it out just to see if there was another nib on the other side, which there was. So I just flipped it over and then it was like a brand new nib. So keep that in mind if one of your nibs starts to get too soft. So here it is. Don't look too closely because the details are just not there, but from far away, looks good. So thanks for watching my video. Consider subscribing if you like what you see, and I will catch everyone next time. Thank you.